this wouldn't be even a hit in 90s. Even this tries to be a little bit more chansonish. Like exactly those songs when they come to Eurovision, I'm saying like, oh Jesus, no one takes Eurovision seriously anymore. Alright guys, Montesong 2024 is here. For me it was a little bit confusing that it wasn't a Montesong 2025 because I have it completely in as a one thing to Eurovision 2025, but it makes sense. It's happening in 2024, and partly it's not connected to Eurovision Song Contest. Kind of. Of course, we know it is. Of course, we know that the winner can claim the throne and represent the country of Montenegro at Eurovision 2025 in Basels, but the thing is that I went through all the songs in my live sessions and I have my opinions sorted out. And also I will give you my top 16 because there are 16 songs which are trying to claim that throne. Let's talk! Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. Very glad you're here. So I went through all of those songs. 16 songs live, absolutely honest reaction. Like I always do honest reactions, but this was also something, as you can see, how I think throughout the songs. This is basically all the time what I also edit in, edit out into the video. And I must say one thing is the summary, because here I will do it a little bit better than I did it live. Much more structurized. Of course, I had time to think about it. I went through those songs again and so on and so on. And I'm a little bit disappointed. And this is hardly to say a critique or being harsh to Montenegro. It's coming back. It's a small country. It doesn't have this super developed music industry in the way of the European or definitely not worldwide scale. There is not this appeal, and they try to be more like localish, basically bringing what is trendy in their country. This is my perception of what I've heard. The issue I have with the selection in general for me is that it misses variety. It's like so many very similar songs, similar melodies. As I said in my live stream, lots of them they seem like they were mixed, they were made, mastered, produced by the same person. I didn't check it, but it sounds like that, like one style to rule them all, and then anything else, some no experiment, nothing like I would say, okay, this is at least somehow differently interesting. All of those songs, all of them are the songs I heard before. I heard it before from Balkan countries. I heard it when I don't know, going to Romania. I heard it in here in 90s in Czechia. It's this style of music which is completely there involved, but in not this retro feeling. It's retro, the quality of retro. It's not like modernized retro feeling. It's really the retro from 90s. And this is for myself a little bit issue to find out, like, okay, this is like a great selection. I don't know the context, so this is very important to say. But if I should be very honest, I don't like the selection that much after all, even though in the beginning I was thinking that this might get somewhere. I must on the other hand say there is almost nothing. I would say this is a huge issue, huge problem. Terrible song, so many terrible songs. No, I would say it's just completely out of my taste. You know, it's so hard to tell you the exact feeling, not to hurt another feelings. It's just that this completely went out of my taste of music. I think older generation, so people over 50, 60, I would say they would love the selection. It's very conservative. It's very typical for the Eastern European region from 90s. It can remind them their youth, basically by the lyrics for sure. In Balkans, everybody who understands, because those languages are very similar, they will have much more joy from those lyrics and so on. And from the rest, I know that the Eurovision community sometimes are like, oh my god, this is so pleasant, this is in... Yes, but come on, like, I'm always on the side of Eurovision having the most modern or most good, brilliant song. For example, if there is this 19 retro song and it would be the best retro song I've ever heard, I'm glad for it. You know, this would be also a brilliance above brilliance. But of course, nothing like this happened, or of course, it just didn't happen. And that's the reason why I cannot say it. So yeah. This is the real issue, but let's talk about my top 15. I sorted out to kind of like three categories. My top three, that will come last, but my top three, then I think 4th to 6th or 7th place, and then the rest. The reason is I don't see a huge difference between this song and that song. If this could be that last or this one, the thing is, in the selection, they are very similar quality songs, like lower quality standard, something like this, then the mid, which are all the same songs basically, and then the top three category, something like this. So go through it. Of course, you don't need to agree with me. Write me in the comments below, but I'm very curious about your opinions. Maybe you have completely different ones. Maybe you compare it completely differently, and so on and so on. And this is me, honestly, with you, and you just need to deal with it or just cancel me. Let's talk about those top. So on the 9th to 16th place are those songs. Bariak with Dva srdca, Tina Djankic with Nova, Neonoen with Clickbait, Nemanja Petrovic Medu s hvězdama, Milena Vučić Škorpia, Luka Radovic Kadado de Maj, Glumči Band, and Isaac Shabanovic Lieto. Yeah, and you know, this category for me is like songs which didn't have anything interesting to me at all. I don't even see the quality. Sometimes, you know, sometimes you don't like the song as a genre you would prefer. You would say like, okay, I understand it. It's not my genre, but I hear the quality. In here, I don't have it. And this is not an offense to those artists. It's so stuck in some completely different era that I don't really understand what's going on. It's just not there. Maybe for the Montenegrin show this will be perfect. In the bigger context, in the bigger picture, this just simply doesn't work. It wouldn't work in Europe at all. Not in 2024. I'm pity. Even though, of course, there is this rule, only public voting in semifinals. So maybe for Montenegro it doesn't really matter. They will maybe qualify with either song they will send. Just because there are so many Balkan countries now spread, they will be in first, even second semifinal. Much easier for them to get through because they will be voting for each other 100%, especially with the songs which are close to their heart. So this is a different topic for a different video, but let's move on to another song, which is on number 8. I put Dolce Hera, Repeat. Why it's separated from the rest and why it's still 8? It's because it at least was a little bit something else, tried to be modern. I think it tried to be something. The problem is the song is called Repeat and it's like on repeat until like 30 seconds. It's the same, you know, it's a little bit boring. It's a little bit of shame because I think this song had potential to bring in something which could spark your heart, which would inspire you, but I cannot feel it. So that's why it's 8. Why it's not first. Number 7, Band 9, Stop War. Actually, I was thinking to put this song a little bit higher, actually much more higher, but the reason why it's in here is that on the first listen I was like, okay, this is a potential. Now I listen to it more times and I feel there is nothing to be given. It has this action start, but it's a derivative from System of a Down kind of ripoff in the way which is not better than them. It's not even better than their own, like the ripoff of those bands. This is somehow where like the third level. Like if I could do great like A, so this might be A or B even. And this is the issue. That's the reason why it's that down, because it doesn't bring something which would give me shivers or put me to repeat it. Put me to listen to it again. I love the melody or something. No, it's okay. It's okay. Okay, it's not enough in my opinion. That's the reason. Oh my god, I'm very positive, right? But you know what I mean. Like this is a top 15, top 16 with the commentary. So it is what it is. Number 3 to number 6. This is a very special category for me because I put almost all the songs which are the same. Of course, I could put also Nemanja Petrovic to this, but anyway, I think with the male vocal, it sounds a little bit different, the same kind of song, but he would belong over there. It doesn't really matter. It's in this category of those morning desperate ballads whatsoever. very Balkanish style without being any pejorative or without being trying to be offensive or something. It is what it is. This is how I feel it. But they don't bring the same. They exactly sounds the same, almost the same. They feel like they're made by one person, and what I don't understand why we have so many same songs in the selection. If there are two, I would understand, but why so many? They are like really like 6. Basically, they are like even more. There are like 7 songs, you know, of the same genre, of almost the same melody, same principle, same piano, same atmosphere, almost the same vibe. They are uninspirational to me personally because I don't understand those lyrics. I will never try to care about those lyrics, and if those songs are musically much better, I would not need to know those lyrics. I think this is the main principle to understand that it's not about me just not understanding it. I don't need to understand music if it's a perfection, if it talks somehow, but those songs are like the copy paste of something what I've heard million times, and this is not better than those million times heard songs. If it's, then it would be a different story, but it's not. And in this category, 3 to 6 is Anastázia Koprovčec with Kraj, Nina Žižić Dobrodošli, Durďa To Ljubav je, and Tamara Živković with Poguban. All songs would be like live, it can be perfect. I have no doubt that all of those ladies can sing perfectly, but perfect singing should be like the unquestionable thing at Eurovision. Pitifully, it's not, but it should be something like, okay, this is standard that you can sing perfectly. It's absolutely like normal. The thing is, what is your vocal imprint? The thing is, what is the song sounding like? How you can implement this into the whole living mechanism or organism. This is what is important, not just the vocals. And I feel like all of those were copy-pasting each other, bringing nothing heartwarming to me, pitifully. Maybe this is my problem only, but that's my top 16 after all. But let's move on to number 2. Verika Čulkovič with the song Čuješ li. The reason why I put this second and not in the previous category, I think this is exactly the song which has something a little bit special. There is some tone, some melody, which make this song a little bit better than the previous songs. It has something which talks to my heart more. There is something which makes me listen to it with much more careful ear, with much more focus, and I'm waiting for those moments. It also reminds me a little bit of Portugal 2018 song with this a little bit accent in those words. It could be better done, in my opinion, a little bit, but it has the best atmosphere. It, among all those songs, you know, it talks, it makes me feel. I have also no clue what the song is about, but it makes me feel. This is why the vocal imprint, this bonus in the perfect vocals and the melody itself connected together create some harmony which is pleasant for me, my heart, my soul, and my ear also. But who's my winner? Maybe you already find out because you're smart and you know that only one name is missing, and it's Kate Obala Raya. You know, it wasn't my favorite after the first listen, but after a few other listens, this became my favorite song of them all. It is the most modern song. It's sung very well. It has dynamics. It has tempo. It has progression. It works on me. It has only one thing which I really wish they get rid of. It's this Eurovision pleasing international audience with something. Not, I don't want this. If it's not done perfectly, don't do it. Don't put English into different language singing song. Because if you're not perfect in it, if you cannot do it in the same tone, with the same atmosphere, it feels like it doesn't belong there. Artificially made to please someone. And I'm not fan of it. It kicks me out of the concept because it feels like new song implemented in the song, like two different persons are singing, because your vocal, your language, your accent in your own language feels natural. When you switch to English, it's not you. It doesn't have this feeling. It doesn't have this power. It feels like demo. Don't do this. Get back your original language. Even, you know, maybe for the ones who knows me, they will say like, but Jan, you love singing only in English. No, I love music. Don't try to please me with music. Just do amazing music. And this feels like you want to please me to understand it, but first of all, what you do, you kick me out of the song for a while. Even the song has the same melody and so on, it works. The vocal lose the soul. It's not your language. You're not perfect in it. If the song is not made completely in English, don't do it. I don't need to understand it. I need to understand it in here. This is the most important. You don't need to please me. Don't do it. Do something what is more natural for your voice, for your soul, something what you take and bear, or perfect the English part. This is not it. It's not it. It's there completely unnecessarily, but still is the best song for me, as I can tell from Montesong 2024, which is a little bit underwhelming. I don't want to speculate about the qualification chances because first of all, I don't know who might win. So write me in the comments below who is the favorite, who is your favorite, who is your top 3. I'm very curious. Also, I don't know with just public voting how relevant it is what songs will go through, because there are countries who has bigger chance, better chance than the other countries just based on the neighbor voting and so on, and also by the location they are in. So I don't want to speculate about this. This is completely topic for a completely different video. But if I just take it from the jury standpoint, from the quality of what I would expect from Eurovision standpoint, there is definitely no song with a big chance of qualifying now. Really, there is nothing which I would say, wow, hit, wow, great, okay, big potential. I don't think so. Maybe my winner, if they get rid of this English part, that would be it in my opinion. Even though maybe it's not a favorite. This is up to you to tell me in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, give me a super like, support this channel, become a member, and I see you next time. Thank you for watching.